Welcome to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World, with CEO and award-winning author Yvette Bethel. This podcast is dedicated to supporting leaders with a variety of solutions to build trust, inspire authentic change, and improve morale within your organization. Learn how to grow your people, build your culture, and transform your results.
Welcome to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World. I am Yvette Bethel, and it is a pleasure to have you join me. In the work environment, communication plays a vital role in the success of your team. So mastering verbal and nonverbal communication helps you to build healthy working relationships. You can encounter a full spectrum of persons at work. There are those who are difficult to read, and others who display their thoughts and emotions in ways that are very easy to detect. Rolling their eyes, frowning, or even folding their arms. These are all indicative of something deeper going on during a conversation. As a leader, your body language is so powerful it can completely derail a conversation if you are inadvertently or even deliberately sending a nonverbal message that is different than your spoken words. For instance, a manager may say he believes in and strongly adheres to the values of his company. And one of the values is to put people first. However, the manager's actions do not demonstrate this value. To be specific, he doesn't listen to employees, his interactions with staff are treated like a transaction. He never has the time to resolve their issues, nor does he spend time coaching and developing his direct reports. When one person on a team is destabilized by thoughtless demonstrations of body language by a leader, the entire team can be negatively affected by a phenomenon called emotional contagion. This happens when emotion travels like a virus through the team. When there is emotional and negative contagion in any organization, trust is usually compromised. One of the most effective ways to ensure your body language is congruent with your verbal messages is to become aware of and care about what your body is communicating. Here is a list of nonverbal actions persons may not be aware of while they're happening, but they can totally derail communication with direct reports and other coworkers. Reactions like a mysterious smile, a blank look, a look of disbelief, not making eye contact, changes in breathing, and other physical movements like shifting uncomfortably in your chair. Body language can be translated by different persons in a variety of ways. For example, folding your arms can mean you are assuming a defensive posture, disagreeing with what's being said. However, it can also mean a person is cold by others by being given immediate feedback. Tip number 2, check your posture. Are you standing and sitting straight or leaning forward? If you have an erect posture, it can convey confidence and interest. Leaning forward can indicate interest, but it can also give the impression of aggression or defensiveness. Tip number 3, accept feedback from a person you trust. Ask this person you trust to provide feedback about your facial expressions and gestures. Ask them to be objective and highlight areas which you can improve. Let them know the verbal and nonverbal messages you intend to communicate, and discuss or practice alternative ways you can use expressions or gestures in those situations. One of my colleagues went so far as to have a person in the room give a signal in meetings when her nonverbal communication became unproductive. Tip number 4, reframe your thoughts. Once you have identified your body language patterns, you can use reframing to change your nonverbal reactions into positive verbal and nonverbal responses. Reframing is a tool you can use to view a situation that would usually trigger a negative response in a different way. So you can respond objectively to the circumstances both verbally and through your body language. For instance, You may have a coworker who never has anything positive to say about the people you work with, including you. If you can reframe the situation by understanding hurt people tend to hurt other people, you can realize their behavior is not about you. It's really about that person and his or her pain. Tip number 5. Build your emotional intelligence skills. Emotional intelligence helps you to become self-aware and therefore equips you with information you can use to choose a self-regulated response. Skills like optimism, empathy, thinking about the consequences before reacting, and navigating your emotions are all useful in helping you to modify your body language permanently. Brain science has established that over time our brains are hardwired to react to emotional stimuli without thinking. In light of this finding, it's important to keep in mind it will take time to rewire your brain to adopt new and positive responses. As a leader, your direct reports are persons whose incentives and merit increases depend on your assessments of them, and if you're undisciplined about demonstrating your body language, you can send mixed or even negative messages that can lead to mistrust. Body language is a result of a thought and an emotion. If you can modify your thoughts and improve your emotional intelligence, you are on the right track toward developing the discipline of managing your body language. Thank you so much for joining me for Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World, and I invite you to join me every Monday for a new podcast.
Thanks for listening to Evolve, Mastery for Leading a New World. Visit YvetteBethel.com to learn more about Yvette's leadership programs and to download her free gift, Success Tips for Igniting Your Career.